Hello, fellow watchers and enjoyers. Piggy and Ash here from Watching Walford to bring you yet another edition of Watching Walford. It's episode 105, and well, can you believe it's 105? And today's episodes are going to cover the biggest storylines and takeaways from week 1 of 2025. All the episodes from the 30th of the 12th all the way to the 2nd of the 1st. I nearly said the 1st of the 2nd. So yeah, this is...
What are you, American?
Yeah. I'm a Yank. Woo. So yeah, this is the podcast. New year, same shit. You know the usual. First 30 minutes is
New year, still hanging over the the same Titus. The same. We're still here. We've not had our break yet. This is pretty much the last video before we get to chill the fuck out.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the first 30 minutes just shooting the shit, and then we'll go over the side topics. Maybe there's random shit in there, but obviously just yeah. And then the main topic. So yeah, mate, how have you been?
Yeah, been alright. It's the end of Christmas. It is the end of the. As always, very long-standing, very busy, very hectic time. That is Christmas. And it's over now. You know, everybody's moving on. We're still covering the EastEnders, as it's what we said we were gonna do. Hallelujah. I'm doing pretty good though. I'm at the end of my rope. I won't lie. I'm a bit fucking. The last week of recording stuff, we've been slightly less like fucking. Oh, what do you think of that? Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah, solid. It's been a bit laboured, but as is to be expected. Yeah, no, just more of the same. It's the unfortunate answer, but it is the unfortunate truth. I'm looking forward to the time out, but all in all, the new year has been quite unremarkable, and as I grow up, I'm starting to realise that unremarkable is kind of what I want. How are you doing, mate?
Fair enough. I'm doing all right, mate. I'm just doing good. It's exciting to be back. New year, new us. Well, same us. Year 3 technically, year 2 in reality, but year 3 of Watching Walford. There will be a year 2 video coming out at some point. I don't know what the main highlights of last year will be, but we'll figure it out. And it is a new us. It's a new us, yeah. 2025.
You said New Year, new us 17 times already. Just making you aware.
I know. Hey, you gotta get that catchphrase in, brother. Gotta get the catchphrase in, you know?
It's not your catchphrase. You haven't invented New Year's.
Maybe. I mean, you don't know. I might be a time traveler. You never know.
If you're a time traveler, you've been fucking traveling to some shit times. Fucking, what do you expect from like great time travelers? Wisdom, history. Get time traveling better.
When I see the birth of Christ, wasn't that good? Seeing a Cybertruck though, that weirded me out. But yeah, 2025, there will be some good content coming out your way in the next few months, and yeah, we have finished reactions and Walford on Taps, so they are all done. You don't have to. They're all done till February.
I was just gonna say we could probably do a little like review of the shit we've done. How do you think the Walford on Taps went throughout December?
Oh,
do you like them? Do you not like them?
A bit of yes and a bit of B, you know. It's just I did enjoy them, but I don't want to say it takes away, but I prefer doing block content, so then I can just chill out for the rest of the week until Thursday comes. So like you get me in the booth to do 4 Reddit videos, and then my job is finished. Then you record 600 Coronation Street and Hollyoaks videos for yourself. That's how I enjoy it, but I didn't mind.
Spoken like a true lazy person.
Yeah. I fucking admitted, mate. I've completed everything.
Piggy's a prima donna. fact, earlier we finished recording the awards, all done. And Piggy's like, I need a fucking sleep. Piggy, we've been here for 2 hours. I'm fucking tired. See ya. Then I made 2 extra videos in the meantime.
Yeah, it all
And
worked
now
out.
we're here.
Yeah, it all worked out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Petty grievances? Yes. No, I'm fucking taking the piss, but yeah.
yeah. There might be a bit of if he does shout at me during the podcast, just know he's a bit peeved that I waited until 7
Would have
o'clock.
preferred to have recorded this about 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
But we're here at 7 o'clock now. So
Yeah. It's all good, mate. It's all good. I can't wait till we get to near the end. We're like, fuck you, you fucker. Never liked you, you prick. But in all seriousness, we don't mean any of that. In all seriousness, did I enjoy doing Walford on Tap? I did. It was fun watching the episodes with Ash daily. Because usually, for people who don't know, I usually mostly watch the episodes on a Wednesday, and then I wait for Thursday's episode, and then that's how I watch them. It's not a good way to watch them. I don't recommend it. But will I change it? Maybe.
it generally causes Piggy more problems than not. So like, all right, time to watch on a Wednesday. Oh, I gotta watch I gotta watch what? Who's making me watch 1 hour and a half of EastEnders on fucking 2 a.m. on a Wednesday morning? It's like you're making me do that. But then when you'd be watching it like daily, you're like, this is actually quite nice. You don't even have to watch much, fucking by a breeze. But you know, we are our own worst enemy, and Piggy loves to stack the fucking cards. I don't want to do it. I'm going to delay it to the last possible moment. Why? You know it's worse for you. Fuck it.
Gotta watch all those people stream, you know? So how did you enjoy Walford on Tap? Did you enjoy it? Do you know?
It was alright, honestly. I don't really have any expectations for it, to be honest. Like, it's just kind of it's because for the most part, none of December was about Walford on Tap. All of it was about getting all the other shit done that we needed to get done. So like, did they do well? I don't know. I seem to have done alright. Not really caring about the viewer numbers on Walford on Tap. Like, fuck it. It's just nice side content whilst the main content gets edited.
Yeah.
Which is how I describe it. It's both a nice way to relax in a sense, but also not really, because there's other shit that needs to be done. So in a sense, it's an easier schedule, but still, it does get a bit boring where it's like, time to fucking... Especially with the Christmas schedule where we don't really want to be just like super routine about it. It's just like, all right, you up and about? Yeah. Okay, sound. It's not like wake up at like 11 or 12 and fucking get it recorded then and there.
Mm-hmm.
I won't miss the flowing schedule. I will I will not miss that. I do like the set routine, but yeah, no, it turned out all right. Not bad. I think we've done a good job at still managing to keep the topics fresh whilst having talked about it to fucking death. Like, we're already talking about it for like 40, 50 minutes a week already, and we're doing the podcast on top. Someone managed to keep it fresh, so that's credit to us.
And I will say, we've only ever missed one Walford on Tap day, and that was this past Monday. But without that,
I did have an autistic re.
he,
I did have a little bit of a meltdown that night.
yeah.
Well, that day, not night, but
apart from that, we I would like to say we uploaded every 4 days that the episodes were released. I want to say, but other stuff I enjoyed editing the Christmas videos, the reactions. I am dreading that I have to edit this week's reactions. Wait, this is coming out in the future. I can't believe I edited the reactions this week. One of my favourite jokes got cut out of the 2019 fucking reactions where who the fuck is Ash talking about? He was talking about a character and he was saying
about Isaac.
He was talking about Isaac.
I was saying about how I thought Isaac was, because they had a lot of secrecy. Because Patrick was with Cherie when they tried to basically act like Yolande didn't exist. So Patrick was getting with Cherie, who was like an overbearing, strong-willed woman, and Isaac came in and he kept saying like, Oh, well, you know how bad it got before. So in my brain, I was like, fuck it, it's Isaac trans. I don't remember the joke now from this, so you can take it over.
Ashford, is he trans? No, he's just schizophrenic. Hard to confuse. It's not hard to confuse the two. A lot of overlapping, and it buckled me. It buckled me to no end.
Bit of a crude joke.
Bit of a crude joke. I can see why he edited it out, but I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I'm not fucking keeping that joke in. That's a cruel joke. Look, is there prevalent mental illness? Yes. Is that to be joked about? No.
One's a prevalent mental illness, and the other one is being schizophrenic.
Cut that out.
Keep it in.
Yeah, keep going.
But
you can't just say a really shit joke and then be like, "Well, just gonna let that sit out there." No fucking shot. Keep going.
So yeah, I did enjoy editing the Christmas content. I probably don't have to edit much more content anymore. I just have to do the fucking Reddit videos now when they return, which will be soon. Yeah, I can't wait to do 500 videos and what is Ross Kemp's character Grant Mitchell going to be doing on the 40th. I can't wait for 5 of those and one of those to be bloody hell. Did anyone else just want Cindy Beale to die? Which will be exciting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that, the return of that, just because I love it. Because
you sound like it.
I want to do right. So I want to do how we usually do the Reddit. So I obviously am reading it, asking you look dead when I cut to you. So I'll be reading the Reddit, and then I cut to Ash, and Ash is just like that. He's just dead in the chair, just like
Fuck, I'm not. That's you, mate.
No. You look pissed off is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, now or in the Reddit?
In the Reddit, usually.
Oh, yeah, I mean, come on, it's the Reddit. It's just people being like, fucking, wow, does anybody think that this Christmas was the worst Christmas they've ever done? No. Yeah, but I think it is. And then about 4 other people who have the same opinion. Are like, yeah, I do. It's like, great. This is productive. But, look, all right, Reddit is a beautiful place where people cascade as intellectuals and they are not simply saying, and it's just them trying to persuade other people that their words have any meaning. Ironic, since we're doing a YouTube video talking about EastEnders.
Very ironic. But yeah, I do kind of miss the Reddit. Will I be excited to cover it every month? No. But I will be excited for the first week back doing it. Obviously we are taking a 2-week break. From next week onwards. Technically it's a 1-week break, but on camera it's a 2-week break. Where we will be do you want to say what we'll be doing for the 40th?
I mean, to be fair, you seem to have cottoned on to this idea more than I really have, so I'll allow you.
So there will be 2 videos. One at the end of this month. Just making sure. Yeah. There will be one at the end of this month. It will be us releasing the 35th anniversary, where we will be doing a little podcast version like this, going through, was the 35th anniversary good? So we'll be watching the 4 episodes. I assume one's a live episode, and the 3 others.
One's not a live episode, no.
None of them are live episodes. Okay, so we'll be watching the 4.
I mean, we could also do it for the 30th anniversary, which was also a live episode. Could be some workshopping done with this, but you know.
Yeah, but at the moment it's that we're going to be doing the 35th anniversary, where we will be doing
the boat crash.
This is the boat crash. We'll be covering the boat crash and was it good in hindsight? Was it deleted? The problem is, I know it sounds a bit weird from me, but I would have loved to see like the scrap storylines that would have took place post this, because obviously the boat crash happens, then there's a few weeks of storylines, and then it's, oh shit, the world is shutting down, bollocks. What do we do? So yeah, I would have kind of liked to seen that, because I'm kind of interested. Like, I know probably nothing.
Oh, it definitely would be interesting.
I don't know.
I highly doubt much changed. I know some shit got sped up or direction altered, but like nothing that's official. They're very tight knit on a bunch of storylines that are not scrapped, but just everything's kept behind closed doors. Really, let's be honest.
Yeah, and
Well, as much as they can. As much as they can without the sun being like, fucking hell, you fucking seen this, guys? Like, oh, fuck's sake, not again.
and obviously what I was saying, yeah, obviously there will be a podcast version of that released at the end of this month, so we'll be doing it on our second week off, and then in February there will be a big video released by Big Boy Ash, where he will be discussing the boat crash himself, going through was it worth it or was it not.
Yeah, it'll probably be a video kind of recapping the year and generally what the boat crash did, what the hype was, the build around it. Oh, because obviously I remember it pretty vividly about at the time. It's like, oh, fucking hell, somebody's gonna fucking die in the boat crash. And I was like predicting it on the Reddit, but back before I deleted most of my comments on the Reddit. I was all predicting it and everything. And then it ended up being Denny who dies, and you're like, great. Great. But then, other options like Dottie and Bex, and I'm like, no, you can't kill off either of them. I love them with all me heart. But yeah, it's honestly, I've not really thought about it too much, simply because, as we've said, this is the tail end of the fucking recordings for now, so that one can be picked up at some point soon. I'm considering making a Hollyoaks video at the end of the month as well, where I kind of go through and analyze whether the time jump was worth it, the ramifications of it, what direction they aim to go, what do I think would have been different had it not have happened, etc., etc. Some of the changes, some of the cuts, like if they were any good, was it actually worth it, etc., etc. Shit like that. Stuff like that to kind of just generally think about the context and think about Hollyoaks coming into this new year. We're heading into an anniversary for Hollyoaks as well. It'll just be about whether, is it going to be a long-term success, or is it just going to peter out? Not because of Hollyoaks' fault necessarily, but because the fucking Channel 4 is just hell-bent on ruining itself, pretty much. Yeah. That's the angle.
And also, I've been lied to, because I remember reading an article saying Channel 4 is no longer airing The Simpsons. I thought like they did not renew the contract. No, they did. But it's not airing on Channel 4. It's airing on E4, not like you pricks. It's still airing on Channel 4, but it's on E4. You stop lying.
Yeah, but that's what they did with Hollyoaks. Hollyoaks has been taken off TV. It's on E4 now. Okay.
Yeah, is E4 the new
So most of us are still watching it the same.
E4 is the new Channel 4. Let's go. E4 is the one that has like Young Sheldon and Big Bang Theory, I think, and Seinfeld and fucking all that shit. I might be confusing it for something else, but yeah.
I mean, what are you shading Seinfeld for, man?
I'm not shading. I'm just saying I'm roping it in with everything else.
Yeah, but you're roping in with Young Sheldon. Ugh. But yeah.
Where's my young Raj?
Might be a video on that. Might not, considering how long it takes to make. I'll be real with you. Considering how long it takes to make, I don't want to spend the bulk of January editing again, like I did this month. In terms of the actual other videos that got done, I'm quite proud of my output for Coronation Street and maybe not Hollyoaks to a lesser extent. Didn't really do much Hollyoaks content this year. Or not this year, but like last month. But then I haven't watched Hollyoaks since the 16th of December, so I've got about 3 hours to catch up on, which I've still not fucking done yet because I've been busy doing other shit. But I'm quite happy with the output. Some of the videos popped off. I think the video essay was received quite well. Obviously some constructive criticism, which I do respect. That the issue with the video is I didn't know how it was going to look whilst recording it. So it's like, I did not expect the video to just be me reading the fucking notes whilst having footage on the side. I was like, I thought I was presenting it fucking well. It was going to be great. I was fucking nailing it. And then I look at it back and I'm like, this is me just going, day number 7. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. But the next time I do a video like it, I should be increasing my I'll do it better, essentially. I'll do it better. I have more idea of how I want it to look, how I want it to sound, how I want it to feel, etc., etc. happy with that. I'm kind of laughing at the big Coronation Street video I did. Not like calling for Coronation Street's demise, but just saying it's in a bit of a shit place. That video also popped off, and it was very funny to have the. It's very funny to have the two completely different ends of the spectrum. One video I spent about I spent a solid 2 or 3 weeks of my life working like fucking 9 till 12, fucking midnight, working like fucking shit tons of hours a day, and the other I did at 1 in the morning in about 20 minutes. It is it's the duality of man, because YouTube is a fickle mistress, and who the fuck knows what's gonna work where. What
Yeah.
else? What else did we do this month?
We did.
Any different?
We did Monopoly, which was which went well. I just to give my thoughts on these Coronation Street videos. I love it because I even though I'm not involved in it, even though I'm not like involved, I don't watch
He's
other
taking
soaps.
credit.
I take credit, yeah, so I can get that extra when we get that ad revenue. I can take that extra skrilla, you know. But even though I'm not involved, I do love reading the comments where it's like John Pooh 356 says, "Bloody hate the show. Hasn't been good since the 80s." And then you get someone who's like much older, like Delphine 565954 has commented, "Hasn't been good since the 60s." All right,
X. Yeah, it is good fun to see there.
Because part of me feels like Ash is somewhat trolling in his videos. Obviously, he's not, but to me, it feels like he's doing a bit of like a, "Oh, I've got a carrot. Come on, you want the carrot, don't you?"
I've been jokingly calling myself the clickbait king, where it's just a video where I'm fairly mild mannered saying about how I didn't think that Gail Platt's exit was very good, and obviously the clickbait comes in, and it's like, fucking, this might be the worst year of coronations. Just like, yeah, but like it's not technically true, but it's also funny to see how people, when they read a title, their mind is typically made up. You already have what you imagine it's going to be and what your point of view is about. So therefore, beyond that, usually the comment is like a very knee-jerk reaction to the title. It's fucking crazy, honestly. I'm sure my psychology brain would absolutely love reading into these responses. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, this Christmas was more successful than last Christmas, which is pretty sweet. I'm not expecting much of it to stick around simply because Christmas is Christmas, and at the end of the day, it's the most busy time of the year, and it's the least busy time of the year, where everybody's able to watch more fucking shit because they're not working every single day. But also, is it really gonna stick around? No. Like last year, I was like, I'm gonna make all these fucking changes. We're gonna do all this shit. It's gonna be great. And then, obviously, other shit came up, and then I did very few of those things. But this year, I am a lot more content with where things are at. So I'm not really rushing to make any rash changes. I just simply want to keep up the momentum of that we've like slowly gathered. Honestly,
And
that's where I'm at.
And I just want to wrap it up because I was not wrap up this podcast. So I just want to wrap around saying we have hit 929 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you, honestly. I did make a brief speech about it, but I'll just make it here and I'll probably make it at the end. I just want to say thanks to everyone who is watching. We are watching Walford, so you watching us is it's a nice cycle. I know you're mainly here for Ash. I'm just a side character. I'm just a side piece. You know, you don't care about me. You just want to see this man. You know, go on, Ash. Make a funny face for the camera.
This is my funny face.
It's like fucking Lance Storm in wrestling. I am serious, guys. Yeah, and it's nice to see that people actually enjoy the content that me and Ash do.
It's nice to see that there's actually an audience for it.
Yeah,
is another thing, because I mean it was a thing such a fucking long time ago, where it's like, oh, this would be really cool if people actually made videos about soaps. And it's just never do. There's nobody fucking does at all because you don't know where to start. You know, I don't necessarily know. I just think that the it's hard to attract an audience in the first place, and it's hard to attract an audience talking about a soap because most people who watch soaps watch all the soaps. Most people who watch soaps usually have a favorite, but they're fucking watching everything because at some point when you're a fan of soaps, you realize you need more of it, and it's sometimes you can't get more of it, so you go to something else. But it's just weird. It's kind of cool to see that there is the interest there. And it's nice to actually be one of the one of the people at the helm trying to actually make people want to fucking interact with soaps like as a content creator.
Yeah, I do think it's bloody wonderful that people actually will hopefully stick around. I know it's the drop off period now, January blues and all that. But I don't care if you drop off as long as you're just here for a good time. That's all that matters to me. You can comment hate comments. I find them funny. Most of them,
You
like,
don't get that many hate comments.
I know, but as you gradually grow, people will just loathe to hate you. Let's be honest. But
Yeah, that's you creating another argument that's not there currently, just preparing for the worst.
I'm an overthinker. I've got to prepare for the worst, mate. Even though the worst not happened yet. You know, bloody World War III's gonna happen, Piggy. It's not happening for at least another 10 years. Oh, bloody hell! It's fucking happening. Bloody hell. Um, but I do appreciate everyone who sticks around and watches us. It is nice to know that you have found your channel that will help you with your subs. Well, the one person who'll help you with your subs. The other one's just an angry, complaining Irish guy who is barely here and is just reading a script. So yeah, I just thanks to everyone. I just again thank you. It's just nice to see. And any goals for 2025, Ash, for this channel?
Much more the same, honestly. 2025 is the year that we get monetized. I 100% believe that'll be the case. Not that we're exactly going to be raking in the pennies, like fucking. Here is your ads check. It is 2p sound. It's year we get monetized. It's a milestone I've never reached before on YouTube because I usually give up before any of the real progress is made. I want to do more scripted content. It's been a long-term goal for a long time. At the end of last year is the only real time I've actually pulled it off. And just finally be able to make all the shit that I wanted to make, where before I didn't really have the capacity, but I had the ideas, and now it's just about continuing to keep trying to push forward these ideas. Because why the fuck not? Like, why not? What's stopping me?
Yeah, and I will be doing my own main channel video at some point. Nice. What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. Never mind.
Ooh, it'll be very interesting, very spooky, very nice. I can't wait for like where your video pops off and then my video gets one view and it's like, well, Peggy, we know who the talent is. Yeah, thanks.
That's Piggy saying it to himself.
Yeah.
In the mirror.
Yeah, that's my schizophrenic voice is coming back. My voice is in my head. No, I'm not Randy Orton. Leave me alone. I guess without further ado, do you want to add anything, or will I get into the fucking EastEnders?
I mean, I'm not gonna fucking thank everyone again. We've done that about 17 times so far. It's just if there's any time to buy the stock, it's now. Fucking get going. 2025 will be much more the same. We're both pretty much at a much better point than we have been in the past, so that means all the shit that we're still doing now will likely increase and get better through time as we grow and develop. So, yeah, solid. Looking forward to 2025. Looking forward to the fucking break, though.
Alright. And without further ado, let me just quickly make a timestamp. Oh no, fuck. Do 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 do. Do do do. There we go. Now just quickly change back to something else. And there we go.
Seamless.
Oh, it's the wrong fucking one. I was pressing 2 and it wasn't working. And I was like, what the fuck? Why is it not working? And I was like, I'm pressing the other 2. There's 2 2s on my keyboard and I'm pressing the fucking wrong one. Me having a meltdown over the buttons. Sorry. So yeah, side topic 1. There's 3 topics. And then there's one main topic that is an overarching topic. So yeah, I mostly have notes written. I'm going to be honest with you. I've most of the notes written, but I kind of gave up near the end. But I will try and remember most of the stuff that happens. Okay, bear with me. It is Bear with me. It is the new year. Obviously it'll be side topic 1, side topic, which is Ash's Ruby Allen special. Then it'll be my final side topic, and then the main topic. If you haven't been here before. So anyway, side topic 1, Nigel and Phil. On Monday's episode, we see Nigel and Phil interact. Nigel wants to go to a meet up at the Fic with Phil. Phil doesn't want to, but later on Nigel convinces him to join. They go and it doesn't go well as Harry makes some jokes at Nigel's expense. He calls him Santa and says he might have been behind Cindy's whack. Nigel leaves and Phil follows him. They talk about the past and Phil recommends a shave. Nigel doesn't want to go to the barber's, but Phil says to come home. He shaves Nigel and later they go to Peggy's for a drink. They meet up with Teddy, Harry and Sharon. Later on things don't go as well as Phil sees Sharon with Teddy and leaves. Nigel later meets up with him and buys Phil a curry. He accidentally has Phil's spicy one and asks for water. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's Nigel settling into life in the square. Obviously, his interaction with Harry is him being him confronted with what is probably a sore spot. Is that Nigel's fucking let himself go? Got the long hair, got the beard. He does need a shave. He just needs. He needs to. He doesn't want to let go of it in a sense, and it could be. Is it more than just the fucking unkempt appearance? Is he trying to hold on to something that's now gone? Blah blah blah, all that. And it's also it's a fun one because you have that sincere best friendship where Nigel wants the best for Phil, and if anybody's in the room, Nigel will look after Phil the most. And he's aware that Phil's struggling a bit. And he doesn't really know how. But he was also, like Phil, quickly realised that Teddy's a bit of a prick. Teddy's a bit of a prick. And it's like looking, maybe not Phil's past in the face, because Phil was always a different character, but like that kind of bravado, Mitchell fucking charm, I guess. You're looking at that and he's just kind of like, great. Great, fucking I've been left for a younger model in a sense. So he'll always look after Phil, and it's a nice grounded friendship where neither of them, Phil has helped Nigel, but Nigel isn't really allowed to help Phil because Phil is still keeping him at arm's length, and it does seem like his storyline will ramp up towards the 40th anniversary, where we'll likely culminate in the Grant return.
And without further ado, I know usually I would save it for the main topic, but the main topic's quite big here, so we're actually going to go to Ash now, where he's standing by in the booth.
Do you have anything else to add on Nigel and Phil, apparently?
To add on to it, before we go back to the booth to see you, I enjoy the dynamic because this feels like what me and you would be like when we're both older. I hope. Well, maybe not depressed, but kind of like just two old mates trying to.
If I'm an alcoholic, something's gone pretty bad in my life. So
if I'm an alcoholic or non-alcoholic, something's gone wrong in my life. But yeah, well, I'd probably be the depressed one. Let's be honest. I hear voices most of the time, so. Yeah, you can be Nigel, I'll be Phil. I don't know who Grant can be. But yeah,
Me.
you're gonna play the role of Nigel and Grant. Let's go.
I'm everyone and no one.
He's in the mirror pretending. He's just like practicing his Grant voice and everything. Hello, Piggy. But yeah, I enjoy it because it's like a friendly dynamic between two old mates, and obviously I describe it like
I think it's
it's
sorry to interrupt though. It's that anyone with a best friend who's had been a best friend for years. I got a best friend called Jake. We've known each other since we were like fucking 12. And our first conversation was about jobs that you would get to see boobs. Fucking 12-year-old conversation, fucking ridiculous. We decided tattoo artist, of course. But you know, when you've been friends with someone so long, you've seen them all through their fucking life. There's just a level of I don't fucking care. Like, there's a level of unapologetic. If he fucking turned up with a body in the boot, be like, all right, we're going, no questions asked. All right, you know, there's that level of you've seen so much together that nothing will really surprise you. So there's just that, like, you don't even need to say shit sometimes. You just understand. And that's generally how Phil and Nigel are together. They've seen each other have the highs, they've seen each other have the lows. Ultimately, all that matters is they're just trying to get each other through it.
and obviously I describe like it's like when you're planning a trip with Ash, and then it's like, Ash, would you like to go? Would you like to go to? I'll just give up a fake place. Would you like to go to Funderland? You know, where it's all fun. No. What would you like to do, Ash? Nothing. All right, grand. Because Ash does not like being outside. He doesn't mind, but yeah, he is feeling this scenario. But I do appreciate the dynamic though, like I said. But I guess we'll go back to you.
It's that unspoken history that you can't replicate. Like, if it was a new character, it wouldn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, yeah.
But because they have that natural history, like, you're looking past the last fucking. You've not seen each other for like 20 years. You remember what it was like before, and you can understand that something's wrong. Yeah, it would be hard to figure out who the fuck else you bring back in order to play this role, because how many friends does Phil have that aren't dead or gone or his ex-wives? Like, it's a stroke of genius.
And I guess to stick with you, can you now run through the Ruby Allen special? All of Ruby Allen's
Ugh.
scenes.
The Ruby Allen special this week is much the same. Not much has changed. Was it at the start of this week that there was a little rendezvous before New Year?
Rendezvous, like a bit of Shanks.
Bit of a kiss.
That happened last week, I believe.
Okay, so hot off the heels of the kiss, you have Ruby and Martin having made out last week. Had a very tight knit, like just before New Year. Martin brought some non-alcoholic champagne. They had a little tipple, and resulted in a kiss. This week we get to see, is it going to move forward, or is it going to be like Stacey's kiss that ultimately Martin decided it meant nothing and he did not want to go any further with it. But instead this week, Martin is a bit more cozy with Ruby, is a bit more content with Ruby, and he's liking it a lot more than he would have thought. It snuck up on him. So he's spending like New Year's Day with the kids. Just they're all like crashing out on a sugar rush, all crashed out, just having a sleep. He's calling Ruby like, oh, you know, is everything going fine? Yeah. It's just normal shit. Like, oh yeah, I'm still going to the gym on New Year's Day. Easy. All the normal shit. They are continuing to kind of just surround each other and be there. But then Stacey calls Martin, interrupts his phone call, and this is after the events that we'll talk about later. But essentially, they go to the hospital. Martin comforts Stacey. Stacey sees Ruby, gets fucking angry, like, why the fuck's she here? Why the fuck's she here? showing up, trying to show you off. What's she doing? She's trying to make a play, isn't she? The fucking bitch. And so Ruby storms off. Martin gets angry. Martin defends her like it's not what it's like. And then Ruby's like, it's not who I am anymore, man. Fucking come on, give me my flowers. I've changed. But Martin in the end goes to Ruby and is like, you know what? I kind of like our little family unit, and I think that makes us something of a family, and let's be together. And they share a big kiss. Ruby agrees, as Stacy is playing the role of peeping Tom, fucking peering around the corner, being jealous as fucking, looking at Martin and Ruby kissing. Some pretty, as a Ruby stan, I'm all here for it. As someone who formerly disliked Stacy, I am all here for it. One thing I'm not here for is what to me feels inevitable, but there's a full reason to suggest I could easily be wrong. A part of me's worried that Ruby will die and Stacy and Martin will get together in the grief and just raise baby Roman. Anyways, that's my worst nightmare. But yeah, so Martin and Ruby are now together. Stacy's jealous and has seen them kiss, which has firmly shut the door on Stacy and Martin. My thoughts, pretty good. I'm feeling well, thank you. Keep this up, guys, please. As a Martin and Ruby stan, it's been nice to have all of the things I wanted be returned to me. They were in Lost and Found the whole time. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. It was nice. Obviously, I'll kind of run through it again when we get to the end of it, because if it ties in, it ties fucking in. But yeah, it was interesting.
I think your fun of this storyline is just mostly seeing how I react to things.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't mind it, but I don't want to give my thoughts on it because I don't have any thoughts. Because it's like when your brother or your cousin or someone like wants to go do something, but you're not interested, but you just want to see how they react. So you go, all right, I'll come with you, mate. That's basically me watching this. I'm like, I don't care what I think. What does Ash think? And then it cuts to Ash and Ash like, into my veins, fucking come on. I'm like, yeah.
But it is definitely nice though. It's nice to have a kids. I don't know if just being slightly removed, having to cover it for content. I don't know if that's made me a little less. It's made me less of a. I used to take everything more at face value, but obviously covering it takes a bit less. You have to use a bit more brain power, and you can't just be like, "Oh, what the fuck!" Oh, you can't just do that the whole time. So it's made me a bit more resistant to actually properly getting invested personally and like really loving the characters. So it is very nice to have that like just joy, that just yeah, my favorite people are doing something, yeah. Because it's been a long time between drinks for me on that account. I struggle to get heavily invested in soap relationships.
Also, I just want to say, I know that's a jumper, right? But to me, it either looks like a cozy blanket or a fucking like lingerie that Sharon would wear. You know?
It's just a hoodie.
Yeah, I know that, but it's so relaxing to see. I don't know why.
Don't know what lingerie you're fucking imagining me in.
Oh, don't get me started, Ash. What? I guess I'll go through the side topic number 2.
Third time this week.
I mean, I did harass you on the fucking New Year's Day episode. As I was saying, speaking of New Year's, side topic number 3. We see it's New Year's Eve in the Queen Vic, where a lot of the regulars meet up. They're all happy about the new year. Penny gives Jack a penny for thought. Jack reminisces about his wedding with Ronnie. I think it's Ronnie, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
That was a great guess by me. Meanwhile, Kathy gets questioned by DCA Arthur, or is it DCAI?
DCI Arthurs.
Oh, Arthur. But his name Arthur.
His second name's Arthurs.
Ah, all right. But Harvey claims he was a witness and was with Kathy all night. He stays with Kathy as Jean is struggling with the bank as they can't pay her back for all the stolen money. And I was like, Harvey, you bitch. You.
It's also Martin, like, overhears, and he's like, "You guys are together. What the fuck are you doing?"
He overhears, and yeah, he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he promises not to tell Jean, and then he's like, yeah. And that's mainly what happens on New Year's. Not much else happens. Thank you for watching. I'm only messing. Will I just get into the main topic then, or do you have anything else to add here?
Nah, for Harvey and fucking Jean, Harvey and Kathy, who the fuck cares, honestly? It's about trying to figure out what the fuck Harvey's gonna do in the new era, and the answer is fuck all. If anybody's I don't know, it's weird, because you want those background characters who are still there, but still have that charm. I don't think Harvey necessarily has that, but he is quite a malleable character.
See,
And it's just about how much people like him behind the scenes. Depends on how long he stays, really. Because, like, if I'm an executive producer, I'm dumping Harvey immediately. Like, who the fuck cares about Harvey? He's nobody's favourite character whatsoever.
See, that's why Brian Connolly should have stayed. I think his name's Brian Connolly. Rocky should have stayed. Rocky was a shit character, but you know,
he was a good character.
Yeah, but he had a bit more depth than fucking Harvey.
Yeah, entirely.
Even though I know it's probably not happening, even though I have a sneaking suspicion that the minute Chris Crenshaw leaves, he's getting a fucking phone call like, "Hey lad, can you come back?" I know it's not gonna happen, but in my imagination, it's just like he sees Chris. It's like, you know, like when you see your mom leave out of the car park, you just see her leave like the house on the drive out of the driveway, and then you go upstairs and play your game, or you blast music very loud. That's Brian Connolly when he sees Chris Crenshaw leave the studio. He's like, "Oh fuck, I can come back now, guys. I can come back. Yay, mom's gone." But yeah, that's.
I don't think Chris Crenshaw was a problem. I think it was just him just wanting to do Panto and not being allowed.
Yeah, but I like to imagine
Fuck, you mean I can't get 40k to do Panto this year? Fucking pricks.
But yeah, obviously I'll go through the main topic now. There's only one main topic, and it's obviously
Nish's last stand.
Yeah, Nish's last stand. It's the 30th of December, and just like a certain someone, Nish is hiding in a cave, having spent Christmas watching Babe Station and eating a box of roses. He hasn't long left. He is praying for Sucky's downfall. Nugget comes and gives Nish some food, and it's like, "Are you alright, Daddy G?" And Nish is like, yeah. But you know what I really want, kid? I want Sucky dead.
He's nuts. Got him.
He wants Sucky dead, or he wants Eve and Sucky not to be a couple anymore.
He wants to ruin the wedding.
Yes, he wants to ruin the wedding, and he will very much do anything to do it. So we see throughout the episodes that he is scheming his way. The thing that keeps coming in gives him food and stuff, comforts him. He has he gets a knife on Sucky and Eve's wedding night, or not wedding night, fucking hen night. He gets a knife, and it's like, "I've got a package for Eve Unwin." And then
I was obviously given out because first and foremost, Nish is a very distinctive man. You can see Nish from like a fucking 100 meters away. You know exactly what the fuck he looks like. So first, I'm surprised nobody was out and around and spotted him. First and foremost, or police. I'm surprised there were no police around to spot him. But then he does his shit like, I've got a package for Eve. Which, you know, if anybody does that to me on my hen night, I'm assuming it's a stripper. Oh, there's a package for the happy man. Yeah, package. Go on. What's under those fucking robes? But so she walks outside, she finds Big Mo, and Nish is just kind of cowering in the corner, like, and then he has a little, like, his heart convulses, and then Nugget like finds him and has to fucking bring him back to the house, and then that's when he meets up with the not Grey Atkins doctor again.
That's when he meets up with not Grey Atkins, as you said, and he's like, I don't want to help you, Nish. And Nish just throttles him. He's like, you will fucking help me. And he's like, I don't want to help. And then he's given a package. Would you believe he's given a package? And what contains in this package? Poison. Great. He's gonna poison Sucky and Eve. This is how like like you said, it's like Wile E. Coyote and fucking Roadrunner. Fuck me. But I guess I'll quickly go through Eve and Sucky before they get married. They also are celebrating. The wedding is called off because they found that Nish is in Walford, and Sucky's like, yeah, I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna fucking find him and kill him. Not really gonna kill him, just gonna find him. And she is devastated, and the wedding's called off. And then a few hours later, it's like, yeah, guys, you wouldn't believe this. Guys, you won't fucking believe this, guy. We've just got a phone call, right? We've just got a phone call from someone down the park. And he's just bloody killed himself. Fucking left a suicide note, left everything. He's bloody dead. And Paria's like, ding dong, the witch is dead. And everyone's like, oh, fair enough. Sucky's like, he's not dead. I know he's not dead. Fuck off, he's not dead. And then she gets a call with
the timing's just really sus. It's so suspect. It's just like, bloody hell, he's fucking dead, isn't he? It's like, will you guys not search him for him, for fuck's sake? He's been fucking out and about for the last, like, half a month. And no one found him till somebody mysteriously finds him dead. Like, what the fuck are you useless fucking pricks doing?
And there's no body, no nothing. Like, so they just assume he's dead. Like, there's no body. He can't sink. He doesn't have rocks in his pocket. He can't sink to the fucking bottom of the ocean, lads. The bottom.
Yeah, and like, I'm sure in London you can get some fucking scuba divers to check the bed and see if any like bodies washed up there. But nah, not gonna do that though. He's dead, clearly. We checked. There's a suicide note and everything. He's clearly dead. It's like, all right, guys.
Clearly, like, having someone.
It's one of the discrepancies in this. Like, as much as everybody is enjoying the afters of this Nish storyline and the payoff, how we got there, not exactly the cleanest thing, and that's where a lot of my problems lie.
See, like, I'm gonna bring a bit of trauma into this, but I don't care. Obviously, having a granddad who committed suicide by drowning, I can tell you that your body does not sink unless you have a pair of rocks in your pockets. The first-hand experience, because some guy walking his dog found him face down in a puddle. Yeah. So yeah, I can confirm it is a lot harder. It's a lot easier to drown yourself. Just get a puddle somewhere and just don't miss him, of course.
In a video game.
In a video game, of course. I can bring up my trauma, but if you do it, I'm only messing. And she gets it. Yeah, Yolanda's like, yeah, don't worry about Nish. Just celebrate you and Eve. So she does. And on the wedding day, they're so happy.
The wedding's back on. Let's fucking go.
Oh yeah, the wedding's back on. And meanwhile, at the hen night, they're all talking. They're all like, never have I ever slept with a Brannon. And Stacey drinks. And then it's like, never have I ever slept with a Mitchell. And Sharon drinks. And then it's like,
yeah.
And then Eve is like, never have I ever slept with a woman. And then Big Mo drinks. And I have a feeling someone might get upset by that. It's bloody hell making her walk.
Let's just do headcanon. They don't explicitly say who it is, but it's Big Mo. It's not Big Mo. It's she's making out with herself. It's Pat. It's got to be Pat. There's no one else other than Pat. It has to be. Lovers to enemies. That's my canon. Fuck him. It's Mo.
Big Mo shagging Small Mo.
The Freudian slip. It's Pat. It's got to be Pat. There's no fucking way it's not Pat. It's the only person who fits the bill. It adds so much more fun to the story. It's Pat.
Yeah. No, she clearly haven't checked for herself, lads. What are you on about?
It is speculation. Admittedly, it is speculation. But let's be, it's got to be Pat.
Yeah. And obviously they all drink, they all have fun, and that's where the package man comes in. Nish gets the poison. Then we cut to the following day at the wedding, and even I didn't say even Stacey, even Suki are happy. I love how because Stacey I think is pregnant at this time in real life.
Yes.
Like at the time these scenes were filmed.
She's at the stage of being pregnant where her bump's showing.
Yeah, so they're clearly like the camera will be like that, and it's like you can't see the lower half. Just like hello, Stacey, you're all.
Well, it's that old fucking classic chestnut where someone's pregnant in real life, but the character's not pregnant. So they just have to. It's my favorite thing of recent time in soap, where they just try and find more and more stupid ways to cover the bump. Like, I'm pretty sure one time they covered up Stacey's fucking bump with like a massive banner where like it's just covering the bump. And it's just fucking hilarious. I don't remember if that is like EastEnders or it was like Hollyoaks or something. But it's just, I love it. I love the silly trying to find a funny way to hide the baby bump. It's a great time.
And obviously they're all excited for the wedding. The wedding does happen. It's a great reception. Obviously
first lesbian wedding in EastEnders history.
Yeah. Obviously Suki or Nugget goes to talk to Nish, but oh no, someone has followed Nugget. A man has fallen into Lego City. It is Denise. Denise comes in, talks to Nish, and then I'll get back to Denise in a second. We cut to the wedding, and they're all at the ceremony. It's all love and love, but the thing that wants to talk to Finny or talk to his dad, and then Finny's like, okay, tell me what's wrong, and then he tells him, and then my favorite, because I compare it to like seeing a small dog on top of the stairs. My favorite bit is Nish pulls up, and obviously Finny has to look intimidated. It is like a small dog on top of the stairs at like 1:30 in the morning, where he's obviously like he's trying to be, a macho man. So he's like, "We're gonna do that. What are you gonna do? Oh, fucking battery, yeah." And then like it just cuts to Ravi, and it's alluded to that he pulls him out of the car, and I just love that Finny's just like, "Yeah, who's the fucking man? Who's the
Sick 'em,
fucking
boys."
Like he's me if you ever got into a fight with someone, Ash. Like I'm just there rooting you on. Like, yeah, you fuck him up. Will I join in? No, you fuck him up. Yeah, you got this, mate. You've got this.
Well, as we knew from the Monopoly, if I threw a punch, you probably wouldn't notice it. So.
What, you punch me? Oh no.
Who did that? Somebody punched me. Fucking.
So yeah, my favorite thing is they didn't hog tie him, but I just like saying hog. They fucking Pulp Fiction him, kind of.
I mean, they apparently didn't fucking do anything to him. They just let him sit there. So they put him in this fucking shed, barn, something or other. And Ravi, like, is talking to Jack, who he's gotten Jack to go and find Denise, who's been knocked out by Nish, seemingly with a champagne bottle. We don't see it because this episode's 30 minutes instead of 45 or an hour or a two-parter. There's a lot of illusions of time that we probably should have kept, but we don't have the fucking choice because Mrs. Brown's Boys is on, for fuck's sake. And Nish is then trapped with Ravi and Vinny in this fucking shed. And yeah, Jack is told by Ravi, look, Denise is probably hurt. She's struggling. You should go find her. He does go and find her, but he also Ravi leaves the fucking shed, and that leaves Vinny to look after Nish.
Okay, I found a perfect way to describe this. The way they have Nish is like, have you ever, I don't know if did your family ever have the naughty step? Where like you be bored and they fucking put you on the naughty step?
Sure.
Yeah, it's like that. They're like, Nish, you're on the naughty step. Don't move now, Nish. Don't you fucking move. And then like Ravi leaves, who's obviously the dad. And then Nish just like, Mom, look over there. Mom is Finny, and then he looks and he's like, fucking take that, you prick. It's fucking brilliant. Well, that's why it's alluded to.
I don't know what naughty step you were on. Fucking hell.
Fucking battering everyone.
But it's just like Why? And obviously Nish escapes because fucking Vinny, he's so useless. He's so pathetically useless. Like Vinny couldn't fight his way out of a paper bag. He'd start getting like, I can't breathe. It's like, Vinny, just move your head. Fucking hell. Fucking, this bag's really heavy. He starts swinging in front of him, trying to fucking knock the bag off his head. Just, fucking hell. This fucking bag, get off me. It's like, Vinny, just take it off. Whoa, beat it. Fucking hell. Smash. Fucking falls over, slips on his own shoelace. Fucking accident-prone McGee. Fucking Vinny Panesar, you melt.
And obviously, and Ash just described it perfectly, like Metal Gear Solid. But obviously, Nish, Suki.
I suppose before this, I do just want to say some stuff about the actual wedding. The vows are really sweet and wholesome. Just about being brave and having someone to be brave for, and finally being who you want to be, not the person you've been forced to be. Like, genuinely really nice scenes, and it's a good wedding, and a wedding that, well, it didn't have no hitches because it's a soap wedding. But it was just two people in love with each other and wanting to spend the rest of life. It's very nice. I'm sure the Suki stands had a great time with it. And it's just heartwarming scenes in general. The representation's great for it to be the first lesbian wedding in EastEnders. It's fucking great as well. And it's also good to first be two older women, like, getting together at a later age, not like fucking Love's young dream that the fucking uncle's got to be like, yeah, get together. You know, not the weird leery uncle. But it's just, and also from two people from like fully different backgrounds, different heritage. Like, it's a nice combining of the two. And just important and really well done. So they really knocked it out of the park with this one.
And yeah, I do want to say that it was great fun. And the wedding was fun. I just feel like it was a bit rushed. Like, they clearly wanted to make it important, but they also wanted to make Nish important. So
they wanted to make Nish a threat, but the issue is Nish hasn't been a threat since he escaped. Like, fucking, he's been an intentionally caged animal for the last like month. So in theory, he's supposed to be scarier because you don't know what he's gonna do. But in practice, he's just been farting around dying for half a month.
I guess I guess the way I thought of this was like, it's like when it was announced that Jake Paul would fight Mike Tyson, and it's like, yeah, but you're obviously gonna win Jake Paul because Mike Tyson's an older man. Yeah, I know we all thought Mike Tyson might actually put it out of the bag, but it's like, you're clearly fighting someone much older. You're clearly gonna win, and it's probably rigged. But it's just kind of like that, where it's like, how am I supposed to be interested when I'm watching a not so in his prime Mike Tyson fight a fucking in his prime Jake Paul? It's like, it doesn't make sense. And that's the way I looked at it. It's like, why am I supposed? How can I root for Tyson? How can I root for Nish? Like, he's old. He's escaped. He's been farting around in a cave for fucking weeks, and he's done nothing. And it's like, okay, how am I supposed to root for him?
Well, it's just he just didn't. The only danger he did was against fucking breaking out of prison. But ultimately, it's not like it's not like that's any. No one's gonna remember it. I'm sure the guys who got robbed are going to, but we don't know the fuck they are. So we don't fucking give a shit that he escaped and nearly endangered someone's life. We don't know that person. We don't fucking care.
And obviously continuing on, with Nish, Suki and Eve go up to their honeymoon suite, and would you believe it? Eve has been poisoned, and would you believe it? Nish is behind it. Stacey obviously can't break down the door, and Nish is locked in the room with Suki, but guess who comes in and saves him? It's Ravi.
Eve is unconscious, clutching at her heart. You know, similar scenes to Joffrey in Game of Thrones, except she didn't froth out the fucking mouth immediately. But yeah, Nish is in the room. He confronts Suki. Essentially says, "There's no way I'd let this sin happen." No way I'd let this happen. They go out onto the balcony. Nish slaps Suki in the face and is like, basically the normal Nish, like, I'd never let you go. You're mine. You'll always belong to me. Suki says, I belong to Eve. Probably would have preferred if she just said, I belong to me. It's, let's not talk about ownership of women or partners, please. Let's just not do that. But anyways, semantics. But Ravi, hearing all this go down, busts into the room, sees Nish grab Suki. They're at the edge of this balcony. Nish proceeds to goad Ravi, but whilst gripping onto Suki's like long flowing dress, continues to goad him like, the bastard child. The child never wanted, useless, pathetic. You tried to do so much, yet I never loved you anyways. You're useless. What a thug, stupid fucking bitch, bastard child. Every possible thing he could say to prey on Ravi's insecurities to try and get him to push him. And in the end, Ravi does push him, but Nish, still holding on to Suki, drags her down, and we get a shot of Nish on the ground, bleeding from the head, Suki on top of Nish, kind of like a Greek tragedy, like painting in a sense, where in a way Nish was the guardian angel, but still he was the ball and chain that kept her like down and pulled her down. He was still the weight around her shoulders, dragging her below water. All the fucking analogies. And in the end, it was his grip on Suki that killed him. Just a lot of cool,
Yeah.
It was really well shot. It was really cool, in its imagery, and you could read into the subtext however you want, but a lot of really cool stuff to work with, and a very fitting exit for Nish.
I would agree with that. And just to continue on, at the hospital. Hold on. At the hospital, at the hospital, Eve is obviously being treated with it, and Suki's being treated to. But we find out that he is dead. Mr. Big Baddie is dead. Nish is dead. They do a scene. The forensics do a scene, and I said in the reactions, I thought they were going to do a Michael Bay scene, because at the end of every Michael Bay movie, it's like Linkin Park plays, and then you see the character, but then his hand just goes. It's like, oh no, he's alive. I fucking thought that was gonna happen. Where it's like, oh, he's dead.
What I've done. Oh, he's alive.
Sorry, he's just imagining they done that. Fucking. You thought it was over, lads. 6 more months. 6 more fucking months. And then he's dead. So Eve goes and comforts Suki, but not much. In between this, Definda and Priya, obviously bleach Nish's flat, for fingerprints, because they don't want Definda to get in trouble for it. And
yeah.
And my favorite scene is of Fanny sitting there with Ravi and Finny, and she's like, just to see Grandad go splat was just bloody god, it was fucking insane, lads. I couldn't believe it. And then his head just bounced off the concrete like a basketball. Would you bloody believe it? And then Finny's like, and then Ravi gives out to him. It's like, you fucking useless piece of shit. You couldn't protect yourself against a dying old man. And then Finny's like, yeah, but he did manipulate me. And Ravi's like, yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't care. And then he apologizes because it was a bit mean.
Because Ivani's like, fucking, you're yelling at me for yelling at Nugget. You're yelling at your brother. Fuck off.
And then obviously the ending is Eve talks to Stacey, and she wants to go see Suki, and she goes see Suki, and then it ends with her on the hospital bed with I think I said Eve on a hospital bed with Eve on the hospital bed with Suki, lies beside her, and then Julia's theme plays as we see the body of Nish being.
Well, it's just Eve trying to tell her to you can't die on me now. It's all we're all safe. It's all perfectly fine. We're finally where we want to be. You can't fucking die on me, as Suki's coming to. And then she does wake up and they look each other in the eyes, and Suki says, "We've won." As Piggy was saying, Julia's theme is lovely, layered on there. A very nice touch to add, as Suki and Eve are they've finally gotten what they wanted. Not exactly in the way they would have liked it to be, but finally Suki is free of Nish, and now Eve, Panesar Unwin, and Suki Panesar Unwin are now ready to move on to the next chapter of their life, with the Nish era being over.
And
What? Yeah.
can I just say, Eve and Chucky, I know your characters in the show, but it all goes downhill from here. Minute Ben Wadey comes in, fucking, you've gone from happiness to fucking depression. Like, it's all downhill here from now on. I don't mean to be rude, but let's be honest. One writer's gonna come in, he's gonna not like them, and he's gonna fucking break them up, or it's gonna be like Ben and Callum.
This is Piggy just taking something I said word for word from one of the reactions or some shit.
It is.
Fucking repurposing it, stealing it from me, and trying to rage bait with it. But yeah, I mean, let's be honest. There's always a risk. All right, the marriage is the peak of a relationship. Usually, at that point, the gay couple has just become roommates who stay in the same bed. I made the joke where it's like, is now they got married, are they gonna like have kids or anything? It's just not talking about that. So, are we gonna? Is Callum gonna get a storyline finally? No, Callum, shut the fuck up. Ben needs his anorexia storyline. So back in the corner you go, Callum. It's like, fucking hell. So it just depends on what the writers decide.
Yeah.
But it's it is a really nice, satisfying conclusion. I still don't entirely like the way we got there. Like, I still think that this year of Nish has been incredibly laboured, and I don't really think it reflects well on Chris Glenshaw. Or, like, obviously you can only act what you've been given, but there was a very stop-start nature that doesn't really feel like it reached its natural conclusion. It felt like we were waiting for the conclusion to happen, rather than actually building it, and then having it be this really, really big payoff. But then I've also seen a lot of people really over the moon with these episodes. Like, I think it was a good episode for sure. It fell short because first it probably needed a bit more time, let's be honest. If it got that 45 minutes, beautiful. You could see you could see Nish attack everyone, get more and more desperate. You could see him getting into the suite. But there was just a lot of stuff we missed. But it's not just alone to this episode. It's just pretty much the last month since he escaped prison. He just managed to very luckily escape prison, not get found, then not get found in any of the coming days, and then managed to surprisingly go, bloody hell, we think he's dead. Yeah, he's dead, guys. Let's just not look for Nish anymore. Managed to happily get a taxi and sneak into this venue. There's just a lot of shit that doesn't really make that much sense. And you know me, I'm not typically like a big stickler for the details, and I'm not like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But if everything in 2023 was like well planned and structured, you could generally believe it. But this stuff just feels like, yeah, and then it's gonna end. It's gonna end. It's gonna end, and there's gonna be a really good scene where Ravi finally goes out of his dad's shadow and pushes him off a balcony. It's like, oh yeah, that's sick. Fucking, the problem child, the unwanted one, finally steps up. Great stuff. Yeah, how are we gonna get there? He's gonna break out of prison. So, what? You're putting him back in prison just so he can break out? Yeah, like it's just kind of. It doesn't feel like it was a concrete plan from the start that this is how it was. Maybe they always knew this was how it was going to end, but getting here didn't do it as much justice as it feels like it should have.
I agree. It reminds me stroking my nonchalant beard that I don't have, but
nonchalant, non-existent.
But I agree with that, and yeah, just fucking. I agree with that. I'm glad it's over. But
Yes.
on like recent Sonya, it did overstay its welcome, sort of. Not by a long shot. Not by a long shot. But I was just waiting for the finale to happen. Does that make sense? I was just waiting for it
Yeah, like
to
we
happen.
were ready. We were ready for the finale like months ago. At this point, really,
Hmm.
like some people thought the finale was last Christmas,
I give you my
which
heart.
judging everything he did in 2024, yeah, it could have easily been. It could have easily been. Um, but no, yeah, like it was good, and it's nice that Suki and Eve do get their happy ending. But me, cynical soap fan, I was never worried that Suki or Eve were gonna die. I was like slightly trepidatious with Eve just because of soap's history with killing off gay characters, like killing off queer characters at the worst time. But at the end of the day, they got the result they wanted. Are you still there? Or are you just you're having a fucking sleep in your chair? Fucking hell! I
I'm
thought
not.
you're
I'm fucking
frozen.
looking at me nail. What the fuck are you on about?
Uh, Oh, you're just looking down. I'm like, yeah, it's all frozen. None of this has been picked up. It's fine. Look, it's not my fault. You're static as fuck. Just like all I saw was just you. Yeah, I'm like fucking hell. He's asleep. Regardless, I wasn't meant to dwell on that for so long. But they got the outcome they wanted. Nice Julia's theme to send it off. A worthy Julia's theme. Unlike Karen, who didn't deserve Julia's, despite it being the end of the Taylors after 5 years on the show, or not even 5 years, longer than that. Well, like 6, 7 of the Taylors didn't deserve it. She came back twice afterwards because a kid got murdered. Fucking useless. No, but a very nice use of the Julia's theme and a very strong start or end to the year, depending on how you look at it.
And yeah, will we do the awards now, or
You got any more thoughts on it first?
have I got any? Ooh. Again, like I was saying, it did stay overstage welcome a little bit, but don't let that dwindle. Like obviously, I make all the jokes. I want fucking Eve dead. I don't. I just do it because it's the traditional lesbian way.
Fandoms.
What?
Just because fandoms are a bit obnoxious
Yeah, just because
sometimes.
fandoms are a bit obnoxious. Like I don't hate Eve Unwin. I don't hate Suki Panesar. I just hate fandoms. Again, my stance is you can ship anyone, but if you become there comes a time where you end up becoming, instead of a fan, you become a stan, but you become an obsessive stan, and it's just
If it's a bit at some point it goes from like very that's cool that it means so much to you, and then at some point it goes, whoa, whoa, that's a lot. That's a lot. This is a bit much now. Stop fucking calling them by their first names and acting like you're friends. Stop. This parasocial shit needs to stop.
it's that it. It's like 1 week you're like, oh, they're in these next couple episodes. Next week, fucking pull up the back, and it's like, oh, I've got a back tattoo, lads. What the fuck? I do have a back tattoo of them. You just can't see it. So yeah, fandoms are a bit weird, so I kind of don't root for them. But I didn't mind the storyline. I think it's a perfect ending. It's the start of something new. Hopefully, I'm always just a bit skeptical because from what I've seen of Ben and Callum, I was like, this is not a relationship. This is just.
It
This
was
is.
toxic as fuck. Yeah.
It was just like, oh, Ben, I want to go to Thorpe Park. Shut the fuck up, Callum. No one gives a fuck about you. You fucking useless piece of shit. No Thorpe Park. And I said, Jesus Christ, just wanted to go to Thorpe Park with you, mate. Just wanted to go to Thorpe Park. Why the fuck are you acting out? Yeah, so I'm hoping it doesn't end up like that, but I'd assume it won't.
I highly doubt it. There's been a lot of time invested in Suki and Eve as a relationship.
Uh,
It's been the pillar of developing Suki into in my view, pretty much an EastEnders for lifer at this point. Like I find it hard to believe that she won't stay for a long time with how kind of much they've elevated the character. Like it does take a lot for a character to become iconic, And Suki's not iconic yet, but there's been a lot of the makings that would eventually turn her into being like a genuine character with cultural impact rather than just being like Whitney, who was trying so hard to be iconic that it just kept hurting her fucking reputation because she was just, it's like, oh, Whitney, you're going to be really miserable. It's like, what? Yeah, it's just be really miserable again. It's like, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a really emotional story. You win all the awards at the Soap Awards, and it's like, yeah, but can my character get a fucking break? No. no, we can't. We've scheduled in sad Whitney hours for the next 5 years. Like, great.
And I guess now we'll do the awards. Just very quickly. Just bollocks up, bollocks and fucking everything up. It's my first time, guys. Okay, it's my first time. And now to do the awards. Fucking did it again. I pressed the wrong button. So yeah, the awards go: Who Needs Slapping Down, the Keanu Taylor Award of Excellent, and Most Underrated. So I guess we'll kick it off with Most Underrated. Who are you going for Most Underrated, Ash?
Of this week's episodes, Big Mo. No, I've given Big Mo for like 2 weeks in a row. I can't give it to Big Mo. I'm gonna give it to Harvey. He has, I don't know. He's proven to be a safe pair of hands. I don't know. I got nothing. Don't fucking care about Harvey, but he can get this award.
Most Underrated goes to Big Mo for me. With our headcanon relationship with Big Pat. What was Pat's nickname on the internet? Fat Pat.
Fat Pat, yeah.
I don't know why it was Fat Pat, but alright.
It feels a bit rude, but it's supposed to be in like a loving way, not in like a fat bitch kind of way.
I love how. Alright. I
don't know, man. Alright, I didn't make the fucking nickname.
The Keanu Taylor Award of Excellence. This is for the most wooden now. Who's the most wooden?
You go first.
I'm going. I'm going for the fucking for when they Pulp Fiction Nish, but they didn't Pulp Fiction him. They just put him on the naughty step and went, "Don't you move, Nish? Don't you fucking move!" And then he moves, and it's like that didn't work.
Vinny's fucking defense tactics. All right, Nish, you stay here now. Yeah, I will. He turns around. Turns around, leaves like a fucking knife like behind him, and he just bends over like, oh man, it would be a shame if somebody knocked me out. Smash! Oh no, I've done it again.
No,
yeah.
because the family. I was gonna say it's like the porn videos you see. It's like, stepbrother, help! I'm stuck in a washing machine.
I would never see any of those porn videos. I don't know what you're talking about. Thank you very much.
Help me!
Excuse you.
Help
Heathen.
Help me, Nish! I've fallen over. Oh no! I'm picking up my pencil. Oh no!
Make it stop.
There was a. You might remember the lyrics more, but there was a fucking Northern Boy song that I wanted to put Nish to, which was Party Time. Which was like, hang myself in the neighbour's garden. When she comes back, it'll be a nice surprise. There was another lyric in there, but I can't think of it. It's at the fucking start of the song. But yeah, the last award is.
Did I actually give one? So I just agree. I just agreed. Fuck it, that's fine.
So underrated. Who needs slapping down? Nish.
Fuck. Who needs slapping down?
Can be Chris Clancy.
I would say Nugget, but just because he has been manipulated by a manipulative person again, so it's not really his fault that he wants to believe the best in his granddad. But it's also like, yeah, great. Sound like, look, it sucks, but we'll get over it. But for fuck's sake, just don't. At least he's dead, so it's not going to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
Just you wait till Nugget starts seeing visions of Nish. For the most wooden though, just to go back to that one because I actually figured out a funny one. Is fucking Priya's response to Nish's death. Just, well, see ya, never liked you anyways, see ya, dickhead, grow up, loser, bitch, fuck off. I've got a job for life at the minute, Mark, see ya.
Like my fucking nanny at the minute, because my dad to give me cousin some serious news, and she just goes down the stairs and goes, yeah, he's fucking dead, isn't he? And just goes back up on the stairs. It's just the
Oh, well, never liked him anyways. Loser, bitch, fuck off.
See, I don't know why, but it's funnier imagining with an older person because they come down the stairlift, they tell you the news, and then they just go back up to get back in
Oh,
bed.
yeah. Like, I mean, it's just, look, sometimes old people just tell you how it is, and they just know that they're so old that they just don't need to deal with the consequences.
Yep.
Like, sometimes my nan would just drop like a really rude thing, and then would just be like, oh, you've lost a lot of weight. Fucking looked awful before. And he'd be like, what? And then she just like, just fucking not even paying attention, just blank you afterwards.
Yeah, but that's been the first podcast of 2025. We will be back next week, and upwards and onwards, I should say. Any closing
Hopefully
thoughts?
next week will be more. Hopefully next week will be more rested.
Hopefully, and we will see you in the next one. Happy New Year, folks. Bye bye.